We back. I'm back. Had some technical difficulties, but we back. We back. Had some technical difficulties. I lost connection. What is going on? Well, hey man, we back. Coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on amazon.com. So when you come in, like the video, share the video, let me know where you're from. Yeah, man. We back. I'm back, man. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? I lost I lost my internet connection for a second there. I don't know what happened. Really. Don't know what happened. Hey man, things happen. We ain't perfect. Screwhead 816 MGTOW. I'm looking forward to good shop and usual Kansas City in the house. I've never been to Kansas City. Cold up there, I bet. It's cold in Kansas City. Yeah, so like the video, share the video. When you come in, tell me where you're from. Represent your town, represent your city, represent your last name. And she said, silicone wife. Nip. New York. It's over 100 degrees in Kansas City. Wow, I'm surprised. You mean it's hotter in Kansas City than it is in Georgia? Wow, I can't believe it. It's not even 90 degrees here today. I'm surprised. It's been over 90 degrees here, man, for the past month, almost every day. But not today. I'm surprised. What up, Justin? They don't argue or fight back. Well, I guess not. If it was a robot, or a stuffed animal, or, well, what else they got out here? You got the sex dolls. They got all kind of stuff out here. Robots. They got all kind of stuff out here. Just go get a dog. Just go get a dog. They bark back, but they might not bark at you. If you just can't take being around women anymore, you just can't take it. I just go get a dog or a robot. I can't take it anymore. There's some guys that's like that. They just can't take it. There's some women that's like that too. I just can't take it anymore. I just get a robot. I'll be better off. That's pitiful. But a lot of people are like that. A lot of people feel that way. Yeah, I heard it's been hot in New York, hotter than usual. Yeah, and I don't think it gets too. One thing about being up north, I've noticed, doesn't get that hot up there compared to being down south. I mean, if you live down south, we pretty much used to the heat. If it's 95 degrees outside, that ain't really a big deal to us. That happens every summer. So it ain't really a big deal. But up north, 95 degrees, oh, that's a big deal up there. 100 degrees, oh my God. The world's about to end. Come on, man. There's a whole lot of other things that we can complain about or talk about besides the temperature outside. Nah, I'll pass on the sex doll. I don't have a problem with women. I'll pass on the toys and the sex dolls and the whatever robots, whatever they got out there that's artificial. I'll pass on that. I'm good. You know, I'm good. Maybe that's a good business to get into. You know, I don't have no supplies, but man, that's a good business to get into. It seems like everyone, a lot of people online is pushing guys to go get, just forget about women altogether. Just go get the robots. See, the problem with that is everybody's not going to be able to afford the robots. Those things are, it's going, I don't know if they're out yet. I know when they launch, when they do a massive launch on robots, it's going to be very expensive in the beginning. So everybody's not going to be able to afford that, a lot of that stuff. When they come out with this new technology, you know. So there's no alternative to women. It's just like, I just don't see, I don't see no alternative. People, there's guys that try to say, hey, well, this woman is better than that woman. That woman is better than that woman. I don't see no alternative. There's no woman that's better. Oh, they might be different, but that doesn't make them better. Different don't mean better. Different is just different. Different is just a different experience. But different don't mean better. I've met all types of women from all over the world at this point. I don't see none better because of where they located or who they are, what tribe, what culture, language they speak. It's just a different type of grass. That's all it is. And that don't mean it's better. I hear a lot of people, online saying, "Oh, this woman is better than the black woman. The the Dominican women are better. The Asian women are better. The on and on and on." I haven't found that to be true. Well, I shouldn't say that. I haven't found that to be correct. That's how I should say it. You can go on that other side all you want, but it ain't gonna be better. It's gonna be different. Guaranteed, it's gonna be a different experience. But see, here's the deal: you can't miss what you never had. You don't really know what you like until you get it. This is where a lot of people screw up at. They think they want what they want until they get it. And then when they get it, they're like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Well, that's when I always ask, well, what you thought it was going to be like? I tried to tell you. I tried to tell them it ain't going to be the way you think it's going to be over there. The joke is going to be on you in most cases. The joke's on you, Jack. That's what they used to say back in the day. Lamar, Skype me tonight at 8 p.m. What? Why? Why should I do that? I might be going to GA to visit family. I know it's going to be hotter. Yeah, it's going to be hotter. No doubt. You're a winter baby, but I prefer the heat over being cold. How do you last longer in bed? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a can't mistake the be feeling. No alternative to man? Nope. I prefer sex only. I don't know what the hell that is. Can't be better than the real thing, in my opinion. There ain't nothing like the real thing. Did I think about sports while I'm doing it? I don't know, Lamar. I don't know what you should think about while you smashing. I'm tired of finishing fast in bed. Oh, you can't. Oh, you bust off quick. Poor little sap. Man. Hey Lamar, you need to go watch my videos on Patreon. I did a video about that months ago. And my red pill, I don't know what red pill is. What's red pill? You talking about the Matrix concept? Red pill, blue pill? I don't think I'm a red pill. I don't think I'm completely one thing. I don't think anybody's completely one thing, to be honest. If we just, if everyone's real with themselves, no one is really one thing, solely one thing. Some people say, hey, red pill, blue pill, black pill. I said, well, you know what? I think I'm more black pill than anything. If you really want to start putting people in categories, Delaware in the house. You thinking about cars and money when you having sex? That's kind of weird, bro. Why are you thinking about cars and money? Yeah, that's kind of weird. I've never done that before. Screwhead. I never done that before. I'm in the moment when I'm trying to focus on doing what I'm doing, but I'm not thinking about anything else other than being in the moment. That's kind of weird, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, No, I don't nut fast. I sure don't. I've never had I've never had that problem. Like never that I can think of. No. Wayne, you like both of them? We'll do. Yeah, leave me a review on Amazon, Wayne, and tell me about it. I'd like to hear about it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'd like to hear about it. Yeah, I want at least 50 reviews on my last book, Love Can't Wait. At least 50 reviews. And I'm happy after that. If I get at least 50 reviews on Love Can't Wait, I'm good. I don't even care. The reviews afterwards. Yeah. Focus on nothing but the woman when I'm smashing. Exactly. I never focus on nothing but the woman when. Yeah, exactly. Me too. I don't really know I don't know how not to focus on what I'm doing in the moment. That's the thing. I can't wrap my mind around the concept of you're laid up with this person, but I'm my mind is thousands of miles away, or thinking about the car, the clothes, the jewelry. That's just stuff. That's and that stuff don't really have anything to do with me. That's just some stuff that I bought. But I can go without the cars, the clothes, the jewelry. That's just some extra stuff. That's all it is. That's like, to me, that's like icing on the cake. The cars, the jewelry, the clothes, the shoes. That's like icing on the cake. I don't have to have it, but I want it. But if I had to go without it, I'd be fine. Just received my new shirt. Shop game yesterday. What new shirt? Which one? Yeah, because there's a lot. There's for whatever reason. I don't necessarily know how this got started. It's had to start back in the day before you know we were born or whatever. Oh, that okay, good man, cool. What color did you get? But if for whatever reason, a lot of guys think, hey, if I get the money, I'll get the girl. If you need money to get the girl, you've already lost. You've already lost. If you need money to get the girl, navy blue. Oh, okay. Evil boy genius in the house. Make a video on keeping your strategies on your mind for that one attractive girl. Well, I don't think you should be waiting around on the one attractive girl. You know, I just think I never thought about it that way, evil boy genius. I never done that before. I don't think you should do that. I don't think anybody should do that. I think you should continuously keep becoming the best person you can be and living your life. That's what you should be doing. But I don't think you should people say you should, focus. Focus on what? And for who? I mean, it's like I think the focus thing is overrated. It's not that hard. Just go out and do it. That's it. Just go out and do what you know you should be doing, but you haven't done it yet. Really? Because most guys have told me when they think about how good the vagina during sex, they always not fast. So I think about other things to keep from coming fast. Oh, okay. I got you. There's always that one girl who makes you leave your homework at home. Well, I don't know about that. I believe there's some people you meet in life, y'all really hit it off, really, really good. Y'all have like chemistry, but that doesn't make me forget about who I am and what I stand for. Now, there's some people that's like that, evil boy genius, but I ain't never been like that. There's some people, as soon as they meet an attractive girl or guy, they'll completely just lose it. They'll completely lose it. Everything that they thought about, everything that they ever said, they throw that out the window. I've never done that. I don't get that emotional. That's what women do. Women get like that, and which is normal for women. But if you're a guy and you get like that, you completely lose all sense of consciousness of who you are. You pretty much you get too excited. I think you need to check yourself if you're a guy and you get like that. That I've never seen that when I was growing up until I started meeting a bunch of people, and by this time I was in my 20s, over what at least 21. But growing up, I didn't see guys get very emotional like that, get so excited until they lose all consciousness of what they doing. That was a new experience for me once I reached the age of 21. And by this time I was in the Navy, you know. When it turns colder, I'm ordered a hoodie. So why is it women feel they need to follow preachers or go to church every Sunday? Well, the preacher entertains them. The preacher feeds into their egos. And at the same time, the preacher tells them that, hey, it's not your fault. So church is kind of like a place for entertainment, a place, and unfortunately, church is some people go to church because the church keeps them going. Believe it or not. This is why I don't necessarily say, hey, you need to get rid of all the churches. I don't say that only because I know there's people that work these jobs 5-6 days a week. The only place where they can go and release the frustration and the stresses of life is at the church. So if the church didn't exist, people would really lose their mind out here. It would be more violence. So that's why they go to that church. The pastor tells them, hey, basically, especially women, it basically get them off the hook. It ain't your fault. It's the man's fault. That's why a lot of guys don't go to church, because they know it's a bunch of BS. The church give women a slap on the wrist. It ain't your fault. Just pray on it. But pray on everything. So there's no accountability, no sense of responsibility in the church at all. It's like, that's why there's so many women in these churches. The majority is women all across the country. I don't care what kind of church you're talking about. I've been to all of them, damn near. And the majority is women. And it's the same old jive that the preacher, the pastor, the deacon, the whatever you want to call himself, the same old jive they're talking. I don't care who it is. The same old crap. Women don't have to take responsibility for anything. It's all through society. And it starts with your parents. Your parents tell you, don't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. We don't do that in our family. So this is what you got to fight up. This is what you have to fight against mentally. Your parents tell you, you got to have money to get the girl. You got to dress this way. You got to act this way. Yeah. You got to respect girls, whatever that means. What the hell that mean? You got to treat them right, whatever that means. I mean, they throw out these broad terms. You got to treat them right. Whatever that means, you know, they tell you stuff, but they don't show you anything. That's the problem. Most of us, unfortunately, growing up, we have bad role models. I'm not saying you had bad parents, but they weren't like high performers, high achievers. You know, I had one parent, my mom. She was a high achiever, high performer. But some people ain't. None of their parents is like that. So it's like you grow up where it's like everybody's trying to every time you try to do something outside of the box, everybody's telling you don't do it. It don't work. I can't. You can't do it. Your uncle tried. He failed. It's just negativity all over the place. How you supposed to get anything done if everybody's against you? And you wonder why a lot of the kids they'll grow up and have low self-esteem because everybody was telling you that you couldn't do it, and you grow up and you in that cycle. You gotta, and then you gotta break that cycle mentally if you want to do anything in order to be successful. So basically, most of us have been programmed to fail in life. You don't even know, you don't even realize it. You're programmed to lose, you're programmed to fail. And if you don't break that cycle, you gotta cut the chain. If you don't do it, you're gonna keep spinning and spinning and spinning. Start, quit. In any area of your life, you start, quit, and you'll find a way to self-sabotage everything. Whether a relationship, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to build muscle. I don't care what it is. You're gonna find a way to self-sabotage and destroy whatever it is. With the negativity, your bad habits. Yeah, I mean, I can go on and on. Some people get in a relationship with people, everything is going well for 6, 12 months, 2 years. All of a sudden they get restless. And they'll be like, man, I'm bored. So they'll start doing stupid stuff to sabotage the relationship. Then because they feel like they don't deserve it. Because they have low self-esteem because they've been beat up too many times in life. Because, they just mentally weak because they keep thinking about that past. Can't let that past go, boy. That past, oh boy, that past is hell on some people. And then it's like they can't be in the moment because that past is holding them back. So now it's a struggle. You're getting pulled both ways. You're getting pulled both ways, man. You'd be like, man, this is too much of a struggle. And then you self-sabotage everything because the person that you're around, they're going to get tired of that after a while. And then you're going to blame the whole thing on him or her. But in reality, it was your fault because you got too much baggage. You got too much baggage. That's the problem. This happens all the time, man. And then most people don't want to be accountable for anything. So they'll just start, the easiest thing to do, just blame somebody. Because it's like they'll run through people. Then after about 30, 40, 50 people, 100 people, it still ain't dawned on them yet that, hey, it could be me. I done ran through the 100 people in my town, 50 people in my town, and everybody I meet, there's something wrong with them. It still ain't dawned on them yet that this could be me. I could be the problem. And they'll keep on going until they get older, 40, 50, and then they'll be like, then they by themselves sitting in that rocking chair. And by this time, they both done. They don't look the way they used to look. Sick, out of shape, got all type of problems going on. And then they become humble then. Then they start going to church all the time and getting involved with the grandkids if they got them. It's like, then they get old. It's too late now. You done destroyed everything. You done destroyed everything. Destroyed the family. The kids don't like you. They just tolerate you, basically. Only people that like you is your grandkids. Your kids, they tolerate you. They really don't like being around you, though. They just tolerate you. You don't really got no friends because you destroyed all the relationships you had over the years because you were so selfish. Didn't really want to, solve anything. You just wanted to do what you wanted to do. And that scenario I just explained to you, that happens more times than I can probably count, that I've seen. That scenario has happened to over hundreds of people that I know. To this day. It plays out like that all the time, man. Yeah. It's like some people, when it comes to relationships, most people are horrible at it. I'm talking relationships just in general. I'm not talking about between the sexes, male and female. Just in general, most people are horrible in relationships. Horrible. It's like they don't put anything into it. If you out of sight, you out of mind. They don't call people. They don't, they don't do what they know they should be doing. And family ain't no better. Family can be the worst. And my family's pretty decent, but seems like the older they get, the worse they get. So I made a decision a long time ago. Well, actually, my mom and my dad told me, being that I was the youngest out of everybody, they said, hey, whatever you don't like, you're going to have to change it. Because they said, hey, we ain't going to be here forever. So being that you're the youngest, whatever you don't like, you're going to have to change it, because there's a good chance your brothers and sisters ain't going to do it, being that they're older than you. So they warned me in advance. So anything that happens today, I'm not caught off guard, because I kind of knew it was going to happen eventually. Because my parents, they warned me. So the whole thing, man, it really, to really have good relationships, or at least relationships the way you want, you really have to shift your whole way of thinking, man. It's a mind shift you have to really make. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But the good news is, man, you don't have to go at it alone. You don't have to do it by yourself. I had to do it by myself. I ain't really had nobody around me when I was in my 20s and early 30s, when I was trying to figure out all this stuff out. I mean, the people that I had around me, the small group of people I had around me, they ain't never had no experiences like I had. So I couldn't really talk to them. And it wasn't, and see, there wasn't no internet back then. This is pre-internet. So I couldn't go on Google and Google stuff. That stuff didn't exist back then. I mean, I had to get in my car and drive and just experience and meet all kinds of people, strangers, people that I didn't even know. Back when I was growing up, if you wanted to do some research, you had to buy an encyclopedia. You had to buy an encyclopedia, man, back then, if you want to do some research. Or go to the library, and that was limited. But today, the information is everywhere. I mean, of course, some of it is inaccurate, but compared to what it used to be, I think you have an advantage today. Really. So like the video. Get the likes up. Like the video. Share the video. And a lot of this stuff, man, I talk about on my blog. I created I write about this stuff, and I've done a couple audios about a lot of the stuff that I talk about. Everything is on my blog, basically. At chooseyourrelationships.com. Do you feel, what's that question? Some people to socialize and hear the word. Do you feel a person can be in love with two people at the same time? I think it's possible. I think it's possible to be in love with two people at the same time. It's possible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. It's because I'm not gonna say that. I think it's possible. All right, same old stuff. I like to hear it. Let's see. Yeah, some people do be in church socializing. I would like to hear. Let's see. If pastors told the truth about women in church, they would lose half the female church members. You got that right. What up, Underground West? So you end up convincing yourself what others say is true. That's how powerful a lie is when someone believes it. Yeah, you keep saying the lie over and over, people start to believe it. And the bigger the lie, the more impact it possibly can have if you keep saying it over and over. It's all over at 40. No, not for everybody. I fell in love with a woman because the pussy was good. Damn. No, you was just sprung. That's all. You thought you were in love. That happens to the best of us. But it ain't no love. You were just sprung. That's all. I know what you mean. It's just a few years younger than you. For to, I remember when encyclopedia lined up in classrooms. Yeah, Terry B, Fort Worth, Texas, in the house. So, what the name of that book you talked about a while? Pimp one. Uh, you boy, James, the pimp book I talk about. It's probably My Life by uh damn, but it's ex pimp. What's his name? That's probably My Life. That's probably the pimp book I was talking about. That you talking about? Yeah, probably. Yeah, you can get it in Walmart. Follow up question: how now the person wants to be with just one? Who should they choose if they in love with both? Well, that's really up to the that's up to them how they gonna work that out. I think it's most of the responsibility is probably gonna be on the guy in that situation. Let's say if the guy has, you didn't say if you was looking at it from a woman's point of view, if the woman in love with two guys, or if the man in love with two women. But let's assume that the guy says he's in love with two women. He loves two women. And a situation like that, the burden is going to be, I think, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. This is how I think it should go down. Most of the responsibility should be on the guy if he loves two women, because women are so emotional, it's going to be out of balance, you know. So I think in that scenario, I think most of the responsibility should be on the guy as far as time being spent, and who, whatever the dynamics is going to be, you know. And when you say be with both, what are you talking about, physically or mentally? You know, I mean, how, so that's there's a whole lot of different ways a relationship or the dynamics of the relationship could go. Really, I think a person is torn between pleasure of the known versus the unknown of two people. They feel fair to let go of one for the good sex, thinking the other may be good, but the pleasure will not compare. Yeah, see, that's the problem. You should not be with a person just for pleasure or just for sex. That's where that's that's when things go south. You should not be with a person just for pleasure, just for sex. That's a mistake. You know, so you have to ask why you want to be with both women anyway. Why you want to be with both men anyway? Everyone has to answer that question to themselves. Where is this relationship going with both parties included? That's a question that everyone has to answer, and everyone has to sit down and work. Got to work that out. Otherwise, it ain't gonna work. You can't leave things by chance or oh, it's a taboo subject, and that ain't gonna work either. You have to be brutally honest, and that's hard to do in this society. Because if you're brutally honest, you get shamed. People don't want you around. Then you get called names. You're a dog. You're a slut, a whore. all kind of name calling. It's hard to be honest, especially about relationships and how you feel about the opposite person in this society. Because because your parents told you that. That's where it started from. Don't say that. It's like you can't even go talk to your parents most of the time. Growing up, your parents treat you like you're a robot sometimes when you were growing up. And then the crazy thing is, they screwed you up, and you still listening to your parents to this day. And you 20, 30 something years old, still listening to your parents. They screwed you up, and they still screwing you up. I know some people 40 years old still listening to their parents. I'm like, why are you listening to your parents? They're the one that's got you in the position that you in. It don't make no sense. Okay? You want me to tell me both? Well, I gave you the one point already. If the one scenario, if the guy said he loves two women, I think the most of the burden is and responsibility is going to be on him. Now, let's say if it's a woman that says she wants to be with two men in some capacity, right? But that's when things get a little tricky there, because how how is this woman is going to convince these two men to be cool with that? Now, in order for that, let me tell you what I've seen over the years. You can't be a average woman trying to pull this off. If you're a woman, you're gonna have to be damn near a unicorn to pull this off. You can't be an average woman trying to pull it. You gotta be a unicorn. You gotta be one of them women, one of them Erica Badu types to pull this off. A woman like Erica Badu, she can pull this off. And I don't meet these women like all the time. It's rare where I meet a woman that she's on some other shit. You can't even explain it, but she's on some other shit. Now that woman, the Erica Badu types, she can pull that off because the guys know who she is and what she stands for. So most of the responsibility and the burden is going to be on her because she can handle it. And they understand her, they respect her, and it is what it is. But you can't be an average woman walking around here at work in college, about to graduate or something like that. You work at Bank of America trying to pull this off. It ain't gonna work. I ain't seen it work. I ain't never seen it work with an average woman that says she like two guys. She loved two guys and she's trying to be with both of them and she's trying to get them to be cool with it. I ain't never seen it work. Because the problem with the guys, they're going to be like, I ain't trying to be with no woman that's poking her and want me to be cool with her. And I know this dude too. No. Average dude can't take that. He can't take it. you know. And for most guys, it's more of it's an ego thing. Really, it's more of an ego thing. But if she's above average, maybe I don't care what she do. What she do doesn't really matter so much. It's who she is that matters more than anything. How do they feel about her when she comes around in her presence? That's the thing. But me personally, I think people should I don't think people should sneak around. I think people should say what's on their mind, man. And a lot of this stuff it's not comfortable talking about. And I don't know if it's supposed to be comfortable talking about, to be honest. But I don't think you should sneak around, though. I definitely don't think you should sneak around. Nah, not today, man. Not today. Not in 2019. I don't think it's a good idea to sneak around, man. A lot of times, if you got a girlfriend or wife or whatever, and y'all like seriously steady, and if you have the urge to do something outside of your relationship, a lot of times, man, you can work that thing out. But a lot of people are afraid to really say what's on their mind, so they'll just sneak around. But you really don't have to do that in most cases. You would be surprised. There's some women that they wouldn't really have a problem with it as much as you would think. What they have a problem with is when you embarrass them. When you get caught and embarrass them, that's what they really have a problem with. And then a lot of times, a lot of women, they want to do the same thing that you're doing. So that's why they'll get upset too, because they probably thought about doing the same thing, but they just didn't want to be shamed or embarrassed or whatever. But then again, a lot of guys, just go back to the guys. They can't. A lot of guys feel like, hey, if they open and honest like that, that gives a woman a pass to do the same thing. That ain't necessarily true, though. That ain't necessarily true all the time. There's some women that they don't really necessarily want to get out there and bust it open. Not necessarily. That's not necessarily true. But you gotta talk about these things, man. Sneaking around, that ain't cool, man. That ain't cool no more, man. Sneaking around ain't cool no more. Not today. Not today, man. It ain't, man. I'm telling you. It takes too much time and too much energy, man. Really. Too much time and too much energy. Oh, like the video. Let's see. I think it's good, man. Can you talk about the harmful effects of smoking marijuana? I don't know. I don't know the effects of smoking marijuana. I don't smoke. I don't smoke anything. So I don't know. Really. I don't know anybody that had any problems with smoking weed. At least when I was growing up anyway. But I don't smoke. So I can't really get into that. The weed has changed today. I know that much. It's not the same. Nothing is the same today, but I would advise I wouldn't advise anybody to smoke weed today. Back in the day, well, that's a little different. Today, I wouldn't advise anybody to smoke weed today. One guy who actually said he's choosing the woman with more money. Oh, that's his prerogative. He can do that. You know, my mom's 77 years old, but I have to say, me and her always had open conversation about everything, anything talk wise. That's good. You had a mom like that. Said I'm too funny. uh, that's good. You had a good relationship with your mom like that, where you could talk. Me too, man. My mom was like that. My mom and my dad was like that with me. Yeah, the cheating, that ain't cool, man. Today, man. Yeah, that you know, today that it just takes too much time and too much energy today, man. For real. I mean, you gotta watch everywhere you go. You gotta watch where you go and pay attention who there, and you gotta you know pay attention to your clothes, the lipstick on your shirt, and the perfume on you, and you're bound to slip up eventually. There's nobody that good. You're bound to slip up. Nobody's that good, man. Men and women. Nobody's that good. You're bound to slip up after a while. It's just too much, man. Then you got to work at the same time while you sneaking around. In between work, you sneaking around, and come on, man. So if you sneaking around and working, how you have time to do anything else that you want to do? That's just too much, man. You only have a limited amount of time as it is if you work a job. So if you're sneaking around, how much time do you really have left to do anything else? Be honest, and the female will let you bring a woman into bed. Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. I've met a lot of respectable women in my life. I have a lot of respect for, and a lot of them were very, very into me. I could almost say and do anything and recommend it almost anything. And most of it, they didn't have a problem with. And the say, I'm going to say 10, 20%, I'm going to say about 10%, they weren't necessarily down with it, but they would do it to satisfy me. I'm talking if a woman is really into you. I'm talking like she'll freeze time to be with you. She'll make time to be with you. She'll cancel whatever she had to do to be with you. She'll take a vacation. She'll take vacation time to be with you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the woman that say, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep." I ain't talking about her. I'm talking about the woman that will take a vacation day, vacation time to be with you. And women don't take off work lightly. That's not something that they take. They're going there. They're going to that job. So if a woman take off work to spend the day with you, shit, don't take that lightly. Yeah. So a woman really has to be into you to have a threesome or whatever you want, that's kind of taboo or could be kind of outrageous, you know. it's not, it's probably more realistic with a woman that's really into you. She'll do it versus a woman that think you all right. What up, Beer Hounds, Beer Reviews? That's a long name. Get the likes up. Yeah, get the likes up. Better to be straight up in a relationship, no doubt. It kills your brain cells. It probably does. I never thought about it like that, Donna. But I know there's it can stress a lot of people out. It can stress a lot of people out. Somebody could see you and have you posted up on a site before you get home, sneaking around. Yeah, today, you got cell phones out here today. So, it's like you don't really have no privacy out here today. You had cell phones with cameras today. It wasn't like that 20 years ago, 15 years ago. There's cameras everywhere. There's cameras on the interstate. There's cameras on almost every major state highway in America. So you don't really have no privacy. If someone really wanted to track you down, they could easily do it. It's not hard. The authorities, they track everybody. You got a credit card, you got the cell phone. Especially if you got the cell phone, come on, it's over. You're not hiding from anybody today. Every woman I know that cares about me have always made time for me. Yeah, me too. I agree with that 100%. Every woman I know that cares about me have always made time for me. I agree with that 100%. It only makes sense if you really think about it. Well, hey, it's been real, man. I'm about to sign off. Like I said, any questions, any concerns, you like this video, get the likes up. Any additional help you might want, any questions, leave your comments below. Check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.